What if I told you that the first 5 minutes of your day, literally the first few minutes after your eyes pop open, could actually determine how long you live? It sounds a little crazy, I know, but we're about to dive into a morning protocol that is built on that exact science.
So let's just ask the big question right up front. Can the first 300 seconds of your day, that little window of time, truly change the entire course of your life? Well, the research we're looking at today suggests the answer is a resounding yes.
Okay, this quote, it's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? It suggests there's this hidden danger lurking in our most common morning habits. Things we all do without a second thought could be quietly, day by day, impacting our health in a big way.
And look, this isn't just some vague idea. We're talking hard numbers here. A 2023 study found that seniors who followed a very specific morning routine lowered their risk of death by a whopping 29%. That is huge. So, what is this routine? Let's break it down. And we're actually going to start our countdown at step number 8.
So this first block of steps, from 8 down to 5, is all about waking up your body. It's about making that physical transition from being completely at rest to being ready for action, the right way.
All right, step number 8, wake up without immediately sitting up. I know, it sounds almost too simple to matter, but this is the very first trigger in your body's daily reset. The second you wake up, your entire system is in this really delicate transitional state.
You know that feeling when you jump out of bed too fast and the room spins a little? Well, that's not just a harmless head rush. It can be a dangerous drop in blood pressure. In fact, a 2021 study showed that just by lying still for 30 to 60 seconds after waking, you can reduce those incidents by 41%.
So here's the much safer, much smarter way to get up. Just stay on your back for a moment. Start small, wiggle your fingers and toes. Then a slow, gentle stretch. Take a few deep, deep breaths. After about 30 seconds, roll to your side and then use your arms to push yourself up. This little sequence protects your heart and keeps your blood pressure stable. Next up, step 7. And this one might surprise you. You've got to reset the chemistry in your mouth before you swallow anything. Not a simple water, not your morning pills, nothing. I know, your first instinct is to hydrate, but the research tells a different story. You see, overnight, this layer of gunk, bacteria, acid, it builds up in your mouth. The scientific term is biofilm. And if your first move is to swallow, you're basically sending a tidal wave of inflammation straight to your gut. This has been linked to a 24% higher risk of systemic inflammation. Not good.
But don't worry, the fix is super simple. It's a quick 3-part oral reset. First, a 30-second oil pull. Coconut oil works great. Then, scrape your tongue. And then, you can rinse and brush. Doing this first not only protects your gut, but it actually helps your body absorb the nutrients from your breakfast better.
All right, step number 6, and I'm looking at all you coffee lovers out there for this one. This might be the toughest habit to break. You need to activate your joints before you have that first cup of coffee.
See, reaching for caffeine first thing is like hitting the panic button on your adrenal system. It messes with your natural cortisol rhythm, and that's exactly why you get that afternoon energy crash. But if you start with just a few minutes of gentle movement, some neck rolls, shoulder circles, you lubricate your joints and set yourself up for stable, lasting energy all day long.
Okay, now we're at step number 5. Ground your bare feet. This might sound a little out there, but stick with me, because the science is real. This is all about rebooting your body's internal GPS, its inner compass, and it all starts with the thousands of nerve endings on the soles of your feet.
And we've got the numbers to prove it. A 2022 study showed that seniors who spent just 5 minutes doing this every morning saw a 21% improvement in their balance and their spatial memory. All you have to do is stand barefoot on a firm surface, rock back and forth, and just feel that connection to the ground.
Okay, so we've got the body awake and oriented. Now it's time for phase 2. Let's get that brain fired up and fueled for the day.
Step 4 is an absolute game changer. Feed your brain before you feed your stomach. Think about it. After 8 hours of no water, your brain is literally parched. It's desperate for hydration and key nutrients to kick into gear. One study is just incredible. It found that older adults who drank about 60 ounces of water right after waking performed 23% better on memory and attention tests just 20 minutes later. A 23% boost just from water. Pro tip, add a tiny pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon to help replenish your electrolytes even faster. Now for the step that so many of us get completely backwards. Step number 3 is to stimulate your brain, not relax it.
I know we're taught to ease into the day with calm and quiet, but that might actually be slowing you down.
Listen to this quote because it really flips a common belief on its head. It argues that for seniors, the lack of mental engagement in those first 30 minutes can actually put the brakes on your cognitive speed for hours. So instead of meditating, try a puzzle, read something challenging, or listen to an engaging story.
We're almost there. Coming in at number 2 is this really powerful 1-2 punch, syncing your breath with light. This is all about hitting the reset button on your body's master clock, your circadian rhythm, which controls pretty much everything.
And the effect this has? It's huge. A study found that seniors who combined morning light, just standing by a window is fine, with some simple guided breathing, saw a 31% improvement in mood, motivation, and focus. 31%. It's an incredible way to signal to your entire body that, hey, it's time to be awake, alert, and feel good.
Okay, we've made it. The number 1 spot. This is the keystone, the anchor that holds this entire protocol together. This is the step that sets the tone for your entire day.
And the number 1 step is this: speak one purposeful sentence out loud. It sounds so simple, right? But here's the magic. The moment you wake up, your brain is in this highly receptive, almost programmable state. By actually speaking a clear intention, you activate the prefrontal cortex, your brain's command center for focus and decision-making.
And there you have it, the full 8-step protocol. From waking up slowly to resetting your mouth, moving before coffee, grounding your feet, hydrating your brain, stimulating your mind, syncing with light, and finally speaking your purpose. Each step builds perfectly on the last one.
You know, this routine is about so much more than just feeling a little better in the morning. It's about giving your body and your brain the right signals, in the right order, at exactly the right time. It could change how you feel, how you think, how you move, and maybe even how long you live. So I have one last question, and this one's for you. Which one of these steps are you going to try first tomorrow morning?